jeans around the thighs where they've had some nerve problems afterwards. But all of these cases, thankfully, have resolved themselves when.
The denim industry is running one of the most profitable cons in fashion history, and it is happening inside every mall, every Instagram advertisement, and every sale rack you have ever touched. They convinced you that paying more means getting more. They convinced you that fading, shrinking, and splitting seams are your fault. But smart women stopped believing all that. This list is the map they do not want you to have. Let us get into it. Number 10. Madewell. The denim industry has a finishing problem it has never wanted to discuss in public. Making raw denim feel soft, worn in and ready on day one, relies on chemical finishing systems that are widely used but rarely explained. Sandblasting, stonewashing, and abrasion treatments are used to replicate natural aging in a short time. It creates an appealing product visually, but the fabric often enters the wardrobe already weakened. Madewell approached this by focusing first on fabric integrity rather than heavy finishing. Their denim uses higher-grade cotton and tighter weave construction, giving the material more strength before any treatment begins. Because of that foundation, finishing can be lighter while still achieving a naturally lived-in texture. The strength of Madewell sits in its core fit range. The slim straight, kick-out crop, and classic straight are the most consistently repurchased cuts, not because they chase trends, but because they're built around real body proportions. The rise sits correctly, the thigh has functional room, and the length works without tailoring. What to avoid are the seasonal statement pieces, embroidered versions, and heavily distressed washes, which often cost the same, but don't offer the same long-term wear value. The real investment remains the classic indigo straight and slim fits that hold up over time. One wardrobe consultant for corporate clients notes that Madewell straight-leg jeans are among the most reliable denim investments for women who want to look polished without trying too hard. The jeans do the work, so the outfit does not have to. Madewell solves the finishing problem, but the next brand decided finishing was not even the real problem. The real problem, they discovered, starts several thousand miles earlier in the supply chain, and fixing it changed everything about what the jeans feel like on your body. Number 9. Everlane. The denim supply chain is one of the most opaque systems in global manufacturing. Cotton is grown in one country, spun into yarn in another, woven into fabric in a third, cut and sewn in a fourth, finished in a fifth, and labeled in a sixth. Every link in that chain adds cost, removes accountability, and introduces the opportunity for quality shortcuts that the brand at the end of the chain never has to acknowledge. The consumer at the checkout counter has no visibility into any of it. Everlane decided that the supply chain should be a feature, not a liability. Their radical transparency model, which publishes the actual production cost of every garment alongside the retail price, forced them to build a supply chain they could actually show people. You cannot be transparent about a supply chain you are ashamed of. That accountability pressure is what keeps the quality consistent. Their denim is produced in a single Saitex factory in Vietnam, which is one of the most recognized sustainable denim manufacturers in the world. The factory recycles 98% of its water, uses solar energy for a significant portion of production, and maintains working conditions that Everlane publishes in detail on their product pages. You can read about the factory before you complete your purchase. Most brands consider that level of disclosure an act of corporate insanity. Everlane considers it basic honesty. The gold mine is their 90s cheeky jean and their mid-rise skinny in their current core range. Both deliver a cleaner, simpler silhouette than the category average at the same price. The denim weight is substantial enough to hold shape through a full day of wear without becoming uncomfortable. If you are watching this and finally feel like someone is being straight with you about where your clothes actually come from, hit subscribe right now. This channel does not dress up the truth in marketing language. Neither does Everlane, and the rest of this list gets sharper from here. Everlane makes the supply chain honest, but the next brand on this list did not just make the supply chain honest, they made the denim itself smarter, and what they engineered into the fiber changed how an entire generation of women thinks about comfort and structure at the same time. Number 8. Uniqlo. Every major denim brand spends its marketing budget making you feel something when you look at their jeans. The right pair will make you look like that. The right pair will make you feel like this. It is emotional persuasion packaged in indigo and sold at a markup that funds the same campaigns shaping perception. Uniqlo does none of this, which is either deeply boring or deeply liberating, depending on how much you value simplicity over storytelling. Uniqlo is not a fashion brand. It is a textile engineering company that sells clothing. The founder built the company around lifewear, the idea that clothing should serve the life of the wearer, rather than the cycle of trends. When Uniqlo develops denim, the question is not what looks current, but what combination of fiber, weave, and finish will perform best over years of real use. Their slim fit straight and ultra stretch skinny address a core denim contradiction: structure versus comfort. Stiff denim holds shape but feels restrictive, while softer denim moves well but loses form. Uniqlo worked with Toray Industries to create stretch-integrated denim where elasticity is built into the weave itself rather than applied as a surface treatment that breaks down over time. The key piece for women is the Ultra Stretch High-Rise Skinny, which maintains its shape through repeated wear and washing better than many higher-priced alternatives. The rise sits properly, and the knees resist sagging through the day-small but meaningful wins in everyday wear. Most of their value sits in the basics: dark indigo, black, and mid-wash finishes, where the material engineering is most visible. Their strength is not in fashion statements, but in consistency and function. Uniqlo engineers the fiber, but the next brand on this list did not start with the fiber at all. They started with a body measurement database of over 1 million women and worked backwards from the data to the denim. The result is something the industry has been promising for decades and almost never delivering. Number 7. Good American. The sizing system in women's denim is one of the most broken systems in retail. A size 28 at one brand can fit like a 26 or a 30 at another. There is no standardization and no incentive to fix it, because confusion drives repeat purchases. Dressing room inconsistency has become a quiet revenue model. Good American was co-founded by Khloe Kardashian and Emma Grady with the goal of challenging that system. They launched with a size range from 00 to 24 and built their approach around fit technology developed from body measurement research rather than traditional scaling methods used in most denim production. Most brands rely on a graded fit block, where a sample size is scaled up or down mathematically. But bodies don't scale evenly. Rise, hip, and thigh proportions shift differently across sizes, which is why many jeans feel designed only at one end of the size range. Good American addressed this by building separate fit foundations across size groups instead of relying on a single scaled pattern. That's why their jeans tend to feel consistent, whether worn at size 4 or size 14. The structure is engineered for each range rather than stretched across all of it. The key pieces are the Good Classic jean and the Good Legs jean, both offered across the full size range with consistent construction quality. The denim is heavier than average, the hardware is reinforced, and the stitching density reflects durability rather than cost-cutting. One stylist working across a wide size range noted that Good American is one of the few brands where styling doesn't need to change dramatically by size, because the proportions remain reliable throughout. Good American fixes the sizing lie, but the next brand ignored sizing entirely and fixed something deeper. They fix the reason your jeans wear out in the exact same place every single time, and the answer involves a part of the construction that most women have never thought to examine. Number 6. Nudie jeans. The inner thigh blowout is the quiet scandal of the modern denim industry. It happens to almost every pair of jeans women own, usually between 6 and 18 months of regular wear, and almost every brand treats it as an inevitability rather than a design failure. The fabric thins, the threads separate, and a hole appears at precisely the point where the legs meet. The industry calls it normal wear. A structural engineer would call it a predictable consequence of inadequate fabric weight and poor construction at a high stress point. Nudie Jeans is a Swedish brand that decided a blowout was not inevitable. It was a construction problem with a construction solution. Their denim starts with a heavier, raw, selvage fabric woven on older shuttle looms that produce a tighter, denser weave than modern high-speed looms. The selvage edge of the fabric, the tightly bound edge created by the shuttle loom's weaving mechanism, produces a finished edge that does not fray. The fabric density across the thigh and seat is significantly higher than conventional denim, which is where the blowout problem originates. The gold mine is their lean dean, their grim tim, and their high-top tilde for women, all constructed from raw selvage that gets better with each wash rather than worse. Raw denim fades according to the specific movements of the body wearing it, which means after 6 months, your jeans look like they were made for you specifically, because in a functional sense, they were. The repair program is where Nudie separates itself from every other brand in this category. They offer free repairs for life on any pair of Nudie jeans at their repair shops worldwide. Not a discount on a new pair. Not a return process. Actual physical repair of the garment you own. The industry considers this commercially irrational. Nudie considers it the logical consequence of believing in the product they make. A textile researcher who studied fabric density and failure rates across 20 popular denim brands found that Nudie's selvage constructions consistently outperformed non-selvage denim at equivalent price points by a significant margin on the specific metric of inner thigh durability. Nudie solves the blowout problem with construction science and then backs it up for life. But the next brand is not interested in solving denim problems at all. They are interested in making denim that was never part of the problem in the first place, starting from a raw material so different that calling it conventional denim almost misses the point. Number 5. Paige. The premium denim market is one of the most successful psychological operations in fashion retail history. In the early 2000s, a small number of Los Angeles brands managed to convince consumers that a pair of jeans was worth $250. The mechanism was simple: celebrity placement, very limited initial distribution, and the implication that the fit was so extraordinary that the price was almost irrelevant. Most of those brands have quietly moved their production to lower-cost facilities, maintained the price, and relied on the brand equity established 20 years ago to justify a margin that no longer reflects the construction quality underneath it. The celebrity still appears in the campaign. The factory it came from is not the one the brand was founded on. Paige is the exception in this category that makes the rule visible. The brand was founded by Paige Adams Geller, a fit model who spent years inside the denim industry, watching the gap between what brands promised and what they delivered. She built Paige around a fit philosophy developed from her own fitting experience, which is a different starting point than almost any other founder in the category. The Transcend fabric technology they developed in-house is a legitimate textile achievement. It combines a specific ratio of premium cotton with an elastane integration that produces a recovery rate. The ability of the fabric to return to its original shape after stretching that is measurably higher than comparable fabrics in the market. The Transcend fabric does not bag at the knee after 2 hours of sitting. This is the specific failure mode that makes most stretch denim unwearable as a professional or polished option. The goldmine is their Hoxton high-rise skinny and their Cindy high-rise straight, both built on the Transcend fabric in a construction weight that balances comfort with the structure required for the jeans to look intentional rather than casual. Paige builds the technology in-house, but the next brand on this list does not build technology at all. They found a 100-year-old construction method that technology has never managed to improve on, and they refused to replace it with anything newer just because newer was cheaper. Number 4. Boyish jeans. The environmental cost of denim production is the conversation the major denim brands actively prevent from happening at scale. Conventional denim manufacturing is one of the most water and chemical-intensive processes in the entire textile industry. A single pair of conventional jeans requires approximately 1,500 gallons of water across its production life cycle. The dye runoff from denim finishing plants has contaminated water sources in producing regions across Asia. The industry is aware of this. The industry prices as though it is not. Boyish jeans was built with environmental impact as the primary design constraint, rather than an afterthought layered onto an existing business model. Every production decision runs through an environmental filter first. They use organic cotton, certified by the Global Organic Textile Standard. They use recycled cotton blended into their constructions to reduce virgin fiber demand. Their washing and finishing processes use significantly less water than conventional methods through a combination of ozone technology and laser finishing that replaces chemical abrasion. The result is a pair of jeans that carries a genuinely lower environmental footprint than conventional denim at comparable price points, verified by third-party audits rather than brand self-reporting. This matters not just environmentally, but as a quality signal. Brands that care about production, process accountability, tend to also care about product construction accountability. The two things are related. The goldmine is the Ziggy Skinny and the Tommy Wide Leg, both constructed with enough fabric weight to hold structure through a full day, while remaining comfortable in the way that only organic cotton construction achieves. The dyes are low impact, and the color retention across multiple washes is consistently better than conventionally dyed denim. A sustainable textile auditor who reviewed Boyish's production documentation noted that their water usage data was among the lowest she had encountered in denim manufacturing at any price point, and that the third-party verification was more comprehensive than most brands at twice the price. Boyish cleans up the environmental damage honestly, but the next brand is not cleaning anything up. They are challenging the most fundamental assumption in the entire denim category, and when you hear what it is, you will not believe it took this long for someone to say it out loud. Number 3. Agolde. There is a concept in the denim industry called the trend premium, and it is one of the most effective invisible taxes in retail. When a silhouette becomes culturally dominant, whether it is the skinny jean, the wide leg, the barrel fit, or whatever configuration the fashion industry decides is the shape of the moment, brands apply a markup to that specific cut that has nothing to do with its construction cost. You are paying extra, not for better denim. You are paying extra because everyone wants it right now. Agolde was built to exist outside that premium. The brand comes out of the same Los Angeles denim heritage as some of the most storied names in premium denim, but its design philosophy points deliberately in the opposite direction. Instead of chasing the silhouette of the season, Agolde designs cuts that are positioned slightly ahead of the trend curve rather than at its peak, which means their pieces read as current for significantly longer than conventional trend-driven denim. The 90s pinch waist jean, the Riley high-rise straight, and the Nico mid-rise relaxed are three cuts that have maintained their visual relevance across multiple fashion cycles because they are not designed around the peak of a trend. They are designed around a proportional logic that predates trend cycles and will outlast them. The denim quality matches the design intention. Agolde sources heavy cotton constructions, often in the 12 to 14 ounce range, which is toward the heavier end of the spectrum for fashion denim. That weight produces a pair of jeans that holds a clean, sculptural shape throughout the day, rather than softening into a baggy silhouette by mid-afternoon. A fashion editor who has covered denim for over 12 years noted that Agolde jeans photograph as current in images taken 3 years apart without any styling adjustment, which is the functional definition of a design that sits outside the trend cycle. Agolde escapes the trend premium entirely, but the next brand on this list escapes something even more significant. They escape the new entirely. What they have built in its place is an argument that the best pair of jeans you will ever own has already been made. You just have not found it. Yet. Number 2. Levi's vintage clothing. The modern Levi's you find at a mall is a different product from the Levi's that made the brand what it is. This is not a criticism. It is a manufacturing reality. The Levi's produced at scale for global retail distribution are built to a price point that requires production compromises. The cotton is different, the weave is different, the hardware is different, the stitching density is different. The product is still functional. It is not the same product. Levi's Vintage Clothing is the division that Levi's created to reproduce their archival constructions using the original specifications, the original denim weights, the original hardware alloys, and in several cases, the original looms. These are not reproductions in the marketing sense. They are functional reconstructions of garments built to standards that the mainstream production model abandoned decades ago. The 1947 501 reproduction, for example, uses a cone denim selvage construction on a shuttle loom that produces a fabric density and character that modern high-speed looms cannot replicate. The hidden rivets, the cinch back, the suspender buttons, and the specific stitching pattern are all present because they were present in the original. This is not nostalgia. This is access to a construction quality that the economies of scale in modern denim manufacturing have effectively made commercially unavailable except in this specific context. The gold mine is their 1947 501, their 1954 501, and their 1969 606 for women, all of which fade with a character and depth that modern denim cannot produce because the fiber density required for that kind of fade development does not exist in mass production denim. One vintage denim specialist who buys and sells original Levi's from the 40s through the 70s noted that Levi's vintage clothing reproductions are the only new products she recommends to collectors who cannot find original vintage pieces in their size because the construction fidelity is that close to the originals. Levi's vintage clothing recovers what modern production abandoned. But the final brand on this list does something none of the others can do. They do not recover quality from the past. They source it directly from the present, from a supply chain so compressed and so transparent that what reaches you is fundamentally different from anything else in the market. Stay right there, because number one changes how you think about every other pair of jeans you have ever bought. Number 1. Quince. The denim markup chain is a layered extraction system that most consumers have never seen mapped out clearly, because the industry spends considerable effort ensuring they never do. A pair of jeans costs approximately $18 to $30 to produce at a factory with decent construction standards. That factory sells to a brand for $40 to $60. The brand sells to a retailer for $80 to $120. The retailer sells to you for $180 to $250. 4 steps, 4 markups. No improvement to the actual garment at any stage after the factory. Quince removes every link in that chain except 2, the factory and you. No brand intermediary taking a margin. No retail partner taking a margin. No distribution layer taking a margin. The jeans ship from the factory directly to your door, which means the $18 to $30 production cost reaches you at $60 to $80 with a sustainable direct-to-consumer margin, rather than at $250 with 4 layers of extraction built in. The critical question is whether removing those layers means removing quality. It does not. Quince sources from the same factories that produce premium and luxury denim brands. The cotton is the same. The construction standards are the same. The finishing is the same. What is different is that you are not paying for the premium brand's marketing budget, their retail lease portfolio, their wholesale distribution infrastructure, or their celebrity endorsement contracts. The gold mine is their 90s straight ultra high-rise jean and their wide-leg high-rise jean, both constructed from a premium Japanese-style denim in a weight that holds structure and fades cleanly over time. The hardware is solid brass. The stitching density is high. The rise sits where it claims to sit, which is an achievement the premium market has not reliably managed. A wardrobe consultant who tests new brands for her client recommendations ordered the Quince straight leg in dark indigo alongside 3 comparable styles from premium brands at 2 to 3 times the price, wore all 4 for 60 days, and concluded that the Quince construction was indistinguishable from the premium alternatives in every category that mattered to her clients. The only distinguishing factor after 60 days was the price she had paid. Quince proves that the markup chain is not adding quality, it is adding cost. Once you understand that, every other denim purchase you make will go through a different filter. 10 brands, 10 different lies the denim industry told you that each one quietly refuses to repeat. Madewell told the truth about finishing. Everlane told the truth about the supply chain. Uniqlo told the truth about engineering. Good Americans told the truth about sizing. Nudie told the truth about durability. Paige told the truth about stretch recovery. Boyish told the truth about environmental cost. Agolde told the truth about the trend premium. Levi's vintage clothing told the truth about what production compromises actually cost you. Quince told the truth about the markup. Stop buying the brand and start buying the construction. Stop paying the trend premium and start paying for the fiber. Stop letting the fitting room frustration work against your wallet. The right pair already exists. Now, you know where to find it. Share this with a woman in your life who is still cycling through jeans that never quite fit. She has been lied to by the same system. She deserves the map. If the denim industry's quiet con surprised you, the sneaker industry's version is going to make your jaw drop. The next video exposes the 10 footwear brands smart women buy instead of paying the name tax. Click right now. I will see you there. Will.